AEO has become the new SEO these days, with tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, and even more LLMs making their way onto the scene. AEO, also known as Answer Engine Optimization, is the way that you're going to be able to get more traffic to your website and thus generate more leads for your business moving into the future. Most publishers I know, no matter the niche that they're in, are seeing a decline in organic free traffic from Google, and they're seeing an uptick in traffic from the LLMs like ChatGPT. In this video, I'm going to show you the Answer Engine Optimizer tool inside RightBlogger, a tool that we built to do all of the AEO pieces that will help your content stand out from the crowd and actually encourage the LLMs to swoop it up as a citation and a source. The two main elements you'll see that this tool generates for you are the key takeaways section and FAQs. You can create a free RightBlogger account and take this tool for a spin. Unlocking full unlimited creation credits will take a pro or a business account, but get the most out of free. Make sure that this is going to work well for you. Once you're logged into RightBlogger here, you'll see that we've got more than 90 different tools for bloggers, content creators, and marketers. And so to find the Answer Engine Optimizer tool, you can scroll down to the SEO tools section, or anywhere you see a search bar here, you can just start typing Answer Engine Optimizer, and you'll see that tool right there near the top. One of my favorite use cases for the Answer Engine Optimizer tool is to update and improve my existing content, the stuff that I've created and published on my site, and maybe it could drive a little bit more traffic if I have these really key structure elements added to my post. And so when we quickly scan the beginning of this article, I don't see a clear key takeaways section. That means there's room for improvement here. We've got some FAQs, which are nice, but we'll see what the Answer Engine Optimizer tool does, because this post right here, while I think it's pretty good, still has some room for improvement. And turns out little things matter quite a lot. So with the AEO tool, one of my favorite things to do is to just paste in the link to an existing blog post, because I've already spent time, energy, and I've invested in creating good content. So I want to make sure that I'm optimizing it in a way that's going to maximize its traffic potential from the tools like ChatGPT. Now, I want to connect this to a project, the RightBlogger project. This defines a lot of different presets I have here inside my account. If you pop over here to the projects area, you can set up a project and it'll add a bunch of additional instructions that I like using across all my content. It'll connect a my tone, which makes our AI write in my own voice and tone based on a variety of my own writing samples and videos I've uploaded. And crucially here, I've got the key takeaways toggled on. This will be on by default, so don't turn this off. We've got the FAQ that's going to create some relevant AEO optimized FAQs and the answers. And then we've got suggestions. So finally, this tool will actually give you really tangible, clear suggestions on how you can even further optimize your content. So let's say for the sake of this example, I've got this dialed in and I want to generate these AEO snippets to go back and add to my post here and improve it. Now, behind the scenes here, what we're doing is we're going out and we're researching how different pieces of content are being ranked, cited, and sourced for these particular keywords here, which would be humanized ChatGPT content. And so we're understanding the ways in which these LLMs want to cite and source these pieces of content. And we get this right here straight out the gates. So AEO optimization report for how to humanize ChatGPT content, this existing blog post I've got. Right here near the top, I really love seeing this header element, key takeaways. It's very important if you want to encourage the LLMs to actually swoop up your content that you do have a clear key takeaways section near the top of your post. Now, this gives me a really nice copy and paste section here to where I would just copy this and then I'd come over here to this post and somewhere near the end of my introduction, so probably before or maybe slightly after this video embed we've got, I would have those key takeaways pasted in. Before we get to things like calls to actions and before we get to some of these FAQs and the real meat of the content, I want to have key takeaways somewhere near the top. I'm still a fan of having a really captivating, interesting introduction because you're creating content for real people, not just robots. The LLMs like OpenAI, all these companies, they're incentivized to save costs. They're spending tons of money on sending out their LLMs to go and crawl different queries around the web, make sense of websites, and they're incentivized incentivized not to read an entire 2,000 word blog post. They are going to read primarily the beginning sections of your content. And so that's why it's really crucial to get that added up near the top. And so we've got the key takeaways. That's element number one. Now, element number two, FAQs. This is really AEO rich fuel right here. These are the real questions that people are actually asking inside these platforms like ChatGPT and etc. What prompt rules should I set to make AI sound human? And then we've got the answer here. The answer, by the way, pulled from what our answer is here in this article. And so it's pulling our real actual answers from the content we've already created into these really nice, scannable, digestible snippets that the LLMs can make a lot of sense of. These are all really relevant questions to this subject matter. And so what I would do from a formatting perspective is drop these in probably near the end of my article. FAQs, I think, having one or two really important ones somewhere near the top of your content is a useful strategy depending on the topic you're covering here. But this one, why does ChatGPT content feel robotic? That's really core to the topic at hand here. So I like that this one's already up near the top and our AEO tool picked up that content's already there. So it didn't give me that exact question here as a duplicate. It gave me a bunch of new ones. So with all those new ones, I would copy and paste those probably towards the ending section here. Maybe in this section where we start kind of summarizing the key takeaways again, and we talk about more of these use cases for using ChatGPT and AI. And you can see here, we've already got an FAQ section, but there's more we can do here. Some of these questions may not be the exact right ones to have in the mix here. I'm going to trust what the AEO tool provides me because it's going out and doing real research. So I'll copy and paste those. Now, from a formatting perspective, I like having the question in an H3, a header 3 format that really does encourage it to be read, understood faster than, say, just paragraph text. But having the answer in paragraph format just below the question in an H3 is a really good best practice. Now, frequently asked questions, not a bad header 2 here, but to start this section, I would probably want to revise this to where it says frequently asked questions about humanizing ChatGPT content. That way it gets our primary keyword phrase in there again inside another header, which is very, very helpful to these LLMs and Google's own search algorithm as it scans through this content and tries to make sense of what this piece is about and how it can be helpful. And finally, the third element we've got inside our AEO report here is some actual tangible suggestions. So obviously we've got number one, add the key takeaways block under the H1, which is the title, right? With 3 to 5 bullets. Yep, this is perfect. Restructure some of the content for scannability. Use H2s for the 5 methods, then H3s for why it works and how to do it. I like that. That's a really nice formatting tweak to how this article was previously structured here to where it's going to be a bit more digestible for the LLMs too. The last thing I'm going to be doing is reading through the rest of these recommendations, and then I'll just quickly pop in, edit this post, drop in my new FAQs, drop in the new key takeaways section, proofread it, make sure it sounds right and that it's in my voice, and then we're ready to rock and roll. It's important to note that AI tools should not replace you inside of your content creation efforts because it's you that makes your content actually special. However, tools like RightBlogger's Answer Engine Optimizer gives you some really useful tidbits and snippets that you can pop into your existing content or drop it into your draft posts as you're creating them. It's going to have the same positive effect. And ideally, what you're going to see is somewhere between 2 to 4 weeks after publishing a piece of content, you should be able to see some sort of results beginning to trickle in as far as an uptick in traffic or an uptick in some citations inside ChatGPT. And what I like most about this AEO tool is that it follows SEO best practices too. So when you're optimizing your content for LLMs using this tool, you're also doing stuff that's really positive as far as traditional SEO. So you're increasing your likelihood of driving your organic Google search rankings higher along the way. Come take this tool for a spin with a free RightBlogger account and check out our more than 90 other powerful tools for bloggers, content creators, and marketers. I'll see you inside.